All right, listen close. Because if you came here looking for a clean way to make a man feel the exact sting he left on your skin, you already know why this video called to you. Before we dive into the deep end, I need to hand you a sharp warning that this knowledge will shift your entire romantic world, but only if you wield it with care and clear eyes. What I am about to hand you is real payback, the kind that leaves you standing tall, sharp, and completely untouchable once the smoke clears. My name is Ismael Gomez, and I work as a coach, a writer, and a speaker. So I am here to tell you straight that if you expect a magic 30-second fix, you are watching the wrong screen. Real shifts like this take months of quiet work behind closed doors with women who are ready to bleed for their own peace. If you cannot put your phone down and lock your eyes on this screen for just 8 minutes, do not be shocked when your life stays stuck in the exact same heavy loop. Okay, now that you are locked in and breathing deep, we will step into the first layer. Number 1, the raw truth behind the revenge itch. Here is the honest reality, beautiful. If a man betrayed your trust, ghosted your calls, lied to your face, or twisted your words, you only crave payback when you are running on empty. Let me break that down for you. You might swear you want him to ache. You want him to choke on every bad choice he made, which sounds completely normal on paper. But what if I told you that is not the actual fire driving you toward payback? The real truth is that your hunger for payback is not about his pain at all. It is about the hollow space inside your own ribs. Picture it like this. If someone swipes a single dollar from your pocket, it will annoy you for a second. Then you will shake it off and keep walking. But what if someone walked off with $20,000 you saved for years? That would hit you like a truck. You would feel that loss in your teeth. Because 20,000 is not something you just replace with a snap of your fingers. Using that same mirror, when a man shatters your peace, it feels like he stole your breath, your hours, your joy, your light. That wound only bleeds this hard because you believe those things are rare in your world, or that he holds the only key to refill your cup. If you walked through life knowing your well never runs dry, you would not chase revenge at all. You would barely blink when he walks out the door, because you already know your light will bounce back on its own. But when you move from a place of lack, you do not just want to patch your own hole. You want him to feel that same cold draft. Here is the bright side. The cure is plain and it works every time. You just start living from a full cup and stop letting a man be the ruler of your worth. I know many of you nod at this in theory, so let me paint exactly how this plays out in real life. Number 2, the sharpest revenge you can ever hand him. The true payback against a man is never about dragging him down, plotting his fall, or poking at his soft spots until he cries. The strongest revenge is quiet. It is cool detachment. It is stepping forward and releasing the heavy rope. Now I want you to close your eyes and see this clearly. Imagine you spent years crafting a lovely home with this man, pouring your sweat and soft dreams into every corner, until one day he locks the door and kicks you out to the wet pavement. You are standing there in the pouring rain, shivering, empty, starving, and your first wild urge is to strike a match and watch the whole thing burn. Sure, you might feel a hot rush for a few seconds as the flames climb, but then what exactly do you get? You are left staring at black dust, still soaked, still freezing, and twice as tired as before. The true payback is never about smashing the home he walked away from. The true payback is raising a grand palace for yourself. Not to outshine him, but to carve out a quiet fortress where you finally feel safe, whole, and locked tight against the storm. When you pour your hands into building your own palace, you stop tracking his wins or his losses. You start smiling wider because you finally left both the broken walls and the heavy man behind. The wildest twist that always shows up. Do you want to know what it is? Almost every single time, once you step into your new life, he circles back. He tries to slip past your gates, but you look down from your high balcony, steady and calm, and you tell him to keep walking. I smile every time I say it because not long ago I sat with a client who had a man vanish for 3 full months. She had sent 2 careful messages and he left her on read the whole time. 3 months later, his name pops up on her screen and suddenly she spirals into heavy guessing, wondering which perfect words will fix the mess. I told her plainly, "Here is your move. Open his text so he sees the read mark. then drop the phone and say absolutely nothing. Pure quiet. She followed the cue, and 2 days later he typed again, then he actually called her line, and she let it ring out. You see, she was ready to spill pages of heavy feelings, trying to make him understand his mistake. I told her gently, when you are laying fresh stone for your own palace, you do not waste breath on giving explanations to ghosts. Every word you hand him is just free energy, and he already spent his chance. The door stays closed. Number 3, how you actually raise those walls. So how do you stack a fortress around your life that no careless hands can ever crack? The 2 pillars I always drill into my own routine and the routines of every woman I guide are self-respect and self-love. Let us start with self-love, which I bring up constantly on this channel, and it simply means treating yourself like someone you actually want to keep. It means feeding your quiet mind with things that make you feel full and bright. Think of it like the steady fire in your hearth, the thing that turns cold stone into a real home. So whenever you are scrolling through feeds, beautiful, ask yourself if the words you are swallowing are feeding your spine or just picking at your doubt. You have to know that most brands and creators want you to feel small and cracked because fear sells, and they need you to feel broken so you will buy their fix. They invent the hole just to sell you the shovel. The second pillar is self-respect, and this one forms your actual bricks and mortar. It is about drawing a clear line and choosing who gets to cross it. Self-respect is the heavy gate that keeps the wrong hands out and keeps your chin high while the wind howls outside. It is exactly what my client showed when she refused to hand him a single word, letting him feel the quiet weight of his own absence. Remember this, you never raise your palace to show him what he missed. You raise it because your soul deserves a quiet place where you are honored, steady, and fully in charge. Trust me when I say that once you live inside that kind of worth, no one can ever steal your ground again. All right, beautiful, before we wrap this up, you will never finish your walls if you keep your eyes glued to his feed, hunting for new photos, tracking his steps, measuring his joy against your pain. That habit is just a shiny trap that keeps you chained to the past and blocks every step forward. Like I said at the start, that urge only flares when you are moving from a place of lack, when you feel empty inside and want to make sure he feels the same hollow draft, or that he stumbles harder than you do. That is the whole truth I have for you today. Thank you for staying with me on this channel. I am truly glad you picked my voice to learn about self-love, dating patterns, and the quiet rules of connection. Like I always tell you, if you want your love life to shift, you have to be the one who shifts first. Go live boldly today and let your quiet strength speak for you.